Alrighty. Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. A little late. Sorry about that. Some technical difficulties. That is the nature of the technological market. We're not standing in trading pits. We're not standing in crowds. We're not standing in front of a post somewhere where they trade and they ring the bell and we go into action. Not anymore. It's all cyber space, as I used to call it years ago. It's cyberspace, and so we are basically a cyberspace trading pit. Really, that's what it comes down to. And we had some technical difficulties, but here we are, and that's all that counts in the end result. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. There's the dollar index. You can see it's moving down. Now that's got to look to it like, yes, they're going to lower rates. I mean, there is a push. It's almost mindless at this point. Unfortunately, some of the financial news that came out this morning says that it was much more robust. The economy was much more robust, stronger. And so that kind of shakes things up a little bit. But obviously you can see is the dollar index sitting there. It don't care. Nope, it don't care. And I guess we could go take a look at the 30-year bond, which would match up and tell us the reality. And you can see here, the 30-year bond is still moving up. And when it moves up like it has been like that, in that trend each day here, it means that interest rates are dropping. That's right. And so that's what the president of the United States keeps on telling us, is that we're going to cut rates. He's going to cut rates, I guess. That's what it comes down to. Rates are going to get cut. He keeps on saying that, so I guess it's going to happen. And we keep on seeing that the markets are trying to drive in that direction. And and what that does to the currencies. Let's show you the we'll come back to the great experiment. But look at there. There's the euro. That's the euro against the dollar. And when the euro is rising, it's gaining against the dollar. And you can see that pressure on it. It went into the weekly buy last week, and obviously it has not disappointed. And you can see the daily buy back in here has not let go. I mean, it's like 12 or 13 days now or something like that in a daily buy. So the strength, is in the direction that interest rates probably are going to come down. We like to say they're transitory, but unfortunately Mr. Powell has really hurt that type of adjective. I mean, when it should be used, he can't use it. When it shouldn't have been used, he did use it. So it's an unfortunate thing for him, an unfortunate thing for the Secretary of Treasury saying the same foolish things, and unfortunately for the president. They're all for a year and a half trying to tell us inflation was transitory. Inflation's never transitory. Inflation's always here, one way or the other. You can have I guess you could debate the subject and say, well, inflation is what they call it, stagflation, where you have no growth, but you have inflation. It's still the same thing. It's always moving in an up direction. Now, you could take one of the most challenging products in the world, and that is crude oil. And why do I call it challenging? Is because crude oil is a major link in inflation. And when the price of oil is way down, inflation stalls, because there's, I forget how many numbers, but it's like something like 350 different consumer products are made with some for part of petroleum, and not counting the machines around us that we use to power them, or the power plants to power them, or the airplanes to power them, or the heater systems to power our heating systems to protect us in the winter, or the cooling air conditioning systems powering them to cool us in the summer. It goes on and on and on. And I know it seems odd, and it seems extremely extreme, but there are people out there that believe they can get rid of the dino juice, and they can't. The world moves on dino juice, and it has no real effect on our Earth. Now, some will try to tell us that it does, and that the sun in the sky has no relevancy. So I'll let you decide on that one. Those who believe that dino juice has an influence on our everyday life, weather-wise, temperature-wise, health-wise, also believes that the sun in the sky has no relevancy more than it just shines. And we all know that to be, well, let's say that's not accurate. That's for sure. So, what we see here is when you see the energy market trading, for $100 a barrel or $85 a barrel or $90 a barrel or $75, it's very punishing to everyone around us, not for health reasons, not for Mother Earth, but for their racism. They don't like dino juice. That's the only thing I can figure, because they have no proof on the other side of it. But that's all right. If that's what they want to believe, they can believe it. But I can tell you this. We can predict inflation a heck of a lot better, like we did when it was at 1.4%. And I was here on the webinar warning you it's not transitory. It's going up, baby. And it did. And we had the Secretary of Treasury and the President of the United States and Mr. Powell, the Chairman of the Federal Reserve, singing that song with many other Fed governors. It seems like it's the second day of beating up the Fed. Don't mean to beat up the Fed, but when they do funny things that are kind of in our face, it's pretty easy to find the true facts and state them. All right, where do we go from there? Does anybody have an interest? I know we're about an hour plus late today, but if anybody has an interest in something, let us know. And if not, we'll go through the neighborhood and take a look at how our algorithm, which is truth and beauty, and gives us an 8.5 out of 10 accuracy rate. And we'll just go through that. That's no problem. Let me sip a little water here. Let me put the microphone now in its holder. There we go. And let's take a look at some of the things that are going on. You know what I need to do is tell Robin we're in the house and we're up and live. Let's see. We're up and live.
What do you mean?
On the webinar.
Oh, it's up?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Bye-bye.
Did you send me something?
No, I'll do that right now.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So Robin is in tune. Let's let me get that up on the screen for him too. I see trading and Ducascopy. Let's see, right there. There it is. Click on that. Come on, Doc, you can do this. There we are. Copy. There we are. And now Mr. Robin will have it. Copy. There it is. And now Mr. Robin will have it. Copy. There it is. And now Mr. Robin will have it. There we go. All right. I feel like I've got that all done. Now we can get back to looking at the algorithm and seeing what the market is really up to. Got that all done. Now we can get back to looking at the algorithm and seeing what the market is really up to. And then go like that, pull that down, and minimize that. There we go. All right. So from the euro, we can march over to the cable. See what the cable's up to today. It's been so strong, much stronger than the euro, which is impressive. Let's take a look at it. And there it is. There's the cable. And as you can see, it's launching itself even more stronger than, against the dollar than the, you can see, look how long it took. Let's see, that's back over a year right there. We might be at like 2-year highs or something like that. What is that? July of 2020, is that 22? No, 23. We're challenging a 1-year high right there. Let's see if we can move that over a little bit more like so. See that right there? And let's see if we can move this down a little bit. Like that. Move this down a little bit like that. And then we can tighten this up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Tighten it up. Yeah, look at that. So it got up to, where did we get up to? Back in 23, in July, last summer. Basically, it's just a year. Is that right? Yeah, that's what it is, just a year. And so that was back on 7/17. Huh. Wow, that's interesting. Today is 7/17/24. So 1 year ago, we went up and challenged the 131.40 area. And today we're at 130.29. So we're making a nice move there. It's I kind of doubt, that everybody is going to lose faith. They know that interest rates are transitory. Unfortunately, like I said, the Federal Reserve can't say that out loud because it messes with everybody's head. They can't say it. They can't tell you how it's moving because then it would mess with their heads because they had it all wrong with the inflation. So this is what it is, and we're now 9 months. Is it? I guess it's 9 months. They said in November of 23 that they were going to drop rates. And they do believe that, a lot of people believe that in September they're going to drop the rate a 0.25 percentage point. So, I guess the best thing they should do is say nothing. Don't you get that feeling that the Fed should just say nothing? Just smile. Say, yes, we're working on the economy. Everything seems to be smooth. Hey, what do you think? Are you going to lower rates soon? Yes. Sooner or later, we'll lower rates. Will it be tomorrow? Well, again, we'll let the data tell us. And that's what they should do instead of saying, guess what? We're lowering the rates in November of 23. We're going to drop them 7 times. Why do they do that foolishness? Let's put it this way. They couldn't compete with me on direction of the market. I'm about 100 times better than them. It's amazing. It's so hard to believe. All the money they pay these people, and thousands of them working for the Federal Reserve, it drives me totally bonkers. All right, now from the cable, we're going to go over and take a look at the inflation fighters. That's the Swiss. They've done a very fine job. Ooh, look at that drop. Now, remember, traders, when the Swiss goes down, it's gaining against the dollar, whereas when the cable and the euro go up, they're gaining against the dollars because this is a dollar Swiss pairs trade, whereas the other two are cable and dollar trade and euro and dollar trade. So that's see it right there in the symbol itself, GBP USD instead of USD GBP. Oh, gee. So from the great inflation fighting central bank of Switzerland, you can see that it's oh, look at that, they've knocked that sucker right out. Was trying to get into the buy, and now it has said arrivederci, and it's rolling back over again since the topping out in the 91.5 area, and here we are trading at the 88, underneath the 88.5 area. So it's a good 200 points down. Whoop-de-doo. 200 points? Oh, 300 points down. 300 plus points down. Nice job, Switzerland. They do seem to be the world's bankers. Maybe we should put them in charge of the Federal Reserve. That would be a lot better. I don't see a lot of the hokiness coming out of the Swiss National Bank and their central bank. What, can't we like hire the Swiss bankers to be our Federal Reserve for a while? Maybe they could come and teach. Wouldn't that be nice? Have Swiss bankers come over here and at least teach our Federal Reserve how to be bankers. That would be a lot easier than dealing with what we've been seeing, that's for sure. All right, and then from there, we'll march our way over to, and oh, look at that. That's look at that. That's the dollar-yen pairs trade. So when the yen is going down, it's gaining against the dollar. They went to over a 40-year high, playing with the 162s. Now we're trading at the 156s. Not bad. Boy, that economy could really use some real relief. They a lot of traders, a lot of currency traders call it the $20 trillion swap. I mean, they've got some massive situations the way Deutsche Bank has and the way Citibank does. Citibank and Deutsche Bank had over $60 trillion worth of swaps and pairs and all kinds of wacko things. Hence, reason why they're both out of business and they're only in name now. So, in other words, Deutsche Bank is basically ruled by the German Federal Republic National Bank, and no one was willing to buy it. And same thing with Citi. The Deutsche Deutsche Bank, is basically trading about 85% under its all-time high. Not 8%, 85%. When markets around the world are trading at all-time highs. The Citibank, which is even more in dire straits, is trading around 92% from its all-time high. Yeah, not 9.2, 92. These companies are pretty much gone. They're like Merrill Lynch. They're just like shells or ghosts of the past. And you'll only hear that here because the rest of them want to just, sell you something. They want to do something like that. They want to trick you. They're out to trick you. That's what it is. They want to trick you. They just want you to buy their stocks. Buy. All right. From the dollar-yen pairs trade, we'll take a peek at... we've got our new beta, so I haven't been able to get the world stock indices into it yet, but we will. And let's just take a quick look at where the yen is today. Not the yen, the Nikkei. There it is right there. And the Nikkei, what is that? Yeah, what? Wait a second. It dropped 1,000 points? Let's put this on the screen here. So over the last 3 days, it's gone down from 42,381. Today, it's trading at 40,470. It's down 1,900 points. Let's show you this. Right there. Started dropping a couple days ago. And boy, today they took another whack out of it, like another 1,000 points. So, that's as we always say, that, the stock market is a pretty good inflation hedge, because companies can raise prices and then, earnings are still going to be strong. And then after a while, it starts to affect the economy of the country. And once it affects the economy of the country, then business slows down, earnings drop, and people don't want to own the stocks as much anymore. All right. And then from there, we're going to shoot back over to the currencies. Take a look at look at the yen. Looks identical to the way the stock market was moving over there. still on live. All right. And then from there, let's see. Where are we now? So. Let's go over to the Great Experiment. That's what it is, the Great Experiment. Let's see what the Great Experiment is up to. We're a little disappointed that it's at all-time highs. I'm sure that Deutsche Bank and Citibank would love to be at all-time highs. And there it is right there. They're breaking this box now, too. It's like, yo, guys, what do you think you're doing, and what is the real strategy? Because I don't get it. When your currency goes from 1 to 36, what's behind that? You know, I mean, what are you thinking? What economic policies do you think are going to... You have to have a rally of 35 points to get it back down again. Can you imagine? 3,500 points to get it back to before they started these experiments. I don't know. I just don't know. And that's why we call it the Great Experiment. We've never seen, you know, I mean, they're a NATO country. They're an industrialized nation. What is going on there? That's all I can say is, what is going on? You know, I can't even, there's no reason to elaborate any deeper when it comes to the Turkish lira. It's just, it is transitory. That's what it is. It's transitory. All right. Okay. Oh, I got to, you know what I got to do? I got to, Robin, if you're listening, I'll start sending some of this stuff out too. I got to do that, don't I? Let's see. We'll make some pretty copies of it. Now, people can see some other things. Let's see. Where am I at here? So, let's see. Oh, I know I need to open up. Let's get docs out, and then I'll get the others out. Because it's late. Let's see. Right there. Right there. Everybody want to see what hogs are doing today? Wait. Hogs, soybeans, corn. Let's see what it's doing. What to do. It's lifting up again. Went into the buy yesterday. What's fascinating is that the August hogs had been on this incredibly long drive down for months, for like 2 months. Then it went into a buy for a few days, rolled back over again, and it just kind of stumbled and bumbled, and then went back into the buy. You couldn't take the longs, you could only do the shorts, so you didn't get caught in that. Because look at this, we've been in the weekly sell now since up in here in the century marker, 102 area. So let's save that. And that's the hogs. And you can see hogs went into a daily buy again. But what's different this time is that the hogs, lean hogs, where are you, lean hogs? Right there. There you go. The lean hogs are flirting with the weekly buy for the first time since May, at the end of April. And so that's what's going on right there. We're getting some upwardly action. And let's save it. There we go. Hogaroos. Whee! Hogaroos. Let's take a look at December corn. December corn is doing the same thing. It's trying to get into the daily buy. It's been beat up. It's been in a daily sell now since the 480 area. It fell all the way down to the 400 area. Lost 80 cents. And it's in a weekly sell for a lot of weeks now. So, let's save that. And there is the deck corn. Then let's check out both soybeans, the August contract and the November, which is the grand poobah of them all. You can see they've been in a sell since the $12 area on a weekly basis. And it's $12.50 from the daily basis. Then it started to do that in and out where it goes into it, but you couldn't buy it because, again, why traders? This is a test question. Because we're in a weekly sell, you can't buy it. And same thing there. Goes into a buy again. You know the strength is in it, but the weekly is still minus. So let's put that into the save. Beanaroos. Right there, the Augie Doggies. And then the last of all for Doc is no beans. November beans. In a sell from the 1175 area. We're trading in the 1050 area. And, we're in a sell again there. There was only been one nice little pop on a buy there. Gave you a chance to sell again. How nice. And so there it is. There is the Thanksgiving, as we used to call it, or Turkey Day. Beans. November beans. Now I'm going to send that off to Robin, and we'll go from there on that. So let's see, where is it at? Right there? Is that it? That's it right there, I guess. There we go. And while I'm doing that, let me just do this. Let's put the intraday stock market in there. There's the intraday stock market. Looks like they've made some pops up and down. You can see they sold them down, they lift them up. That's moving live. And let me take care of this. Let's see, where is it? Right there. There we go. Looks like they're in the daily sell again. So they pushed it into down again by 4 or 5 points, nothing major. And as you can see, it's ticking away. If anybody wanted to see like Euro or something like that, just let me know. We'd put it up there so you could see it. So you could trade it while I'm doing my morning routine. All right, lean hogs. Let's get that puppy in there first. There it is. And then let's put both soybeans in there. Bingo, bango. And last but not least, what we feed the little piggies. Corn. There we go. And then we'll send out SPY to you, Robin. There we are. Woo! Look at them slide away. We're in that sell still. It tried to get into a buy, but did not do too good a job, did it? See that? The little blue line was there, right there, but no green. You got to get both across the zero line. Okay, Doc's stuff is out the door. Now let's go find the S&P 500 over here. SPY right there. Activate. And it's still in a daily buy as much as they're beating it up. They don't care. I would imagine the futures contract is reflecting more of a problem. They're probably taking some profits. It's one of those type of things. Robin was telling me this morning there's a cycle signal that was put out yesterday on the sell side. So that's what we're probably seeing more than anything else. There it is. We'll go back to the intraday. Let's do that. Right there. You can watch this. Oh, look at it. It tried to get into the buy there, and they did. And it bounced around in there, and then it puked again. It's in the sell again. So I guess they want to take out that 59 low or whatever that was. Now, here comes your SPY, Robin. There we are. Boy, they're really trying to dig the heels in, aren't they? Is that closing in a buy there? Oop, nope. Almost, though. Almost. Looks like they're going to take another dip. Oh, no. This is really choppy now. That's how I end up going like this. When it gets choppy like that, you can see them going in and out, back and forth. What I do is I go over to here. I'm looking at this one, and it's in the minus, so I don't even think about getting long. This one's in the minus, but starting to begin going into the buy. So now I start to take that serious. But I need this to go into the buy also. And this big one at the end, this is like the monster one. This is like, spatially, it's 39,330 contracts at a time as a bar. So that's a very spatial one. It's still, it's either pressed. They're all still trying to tell us it wants to go down, 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 and down. And so they broke the 59. That made them happy. Now let's see if they try to start adjusting again. But so far, no go. It's a no go. They're drifting, drifting, drifting. All right. Let's see, what else can we say about any of this stuff. I guess let's go, since where were we? We were on the where were we? We were on gold and silver and stuff like that, right? Yeah. So, well, no, wait a minute. We just got done the Great Experiment. That's it. There it is, the Great Experiment. So from the Great Experiment, we'll move over to the South African Rand. It seems to be vacillating, one day up, one day down, one day up, back and forth. When we go and look at the gold market right here, where's it at? Gold. There it is right there. There's gold. Gold's normally, because of the South African Rand, with the kind of trying to go down, there's usually a reason for the gold to go up. But right now, it's a little choppy, but the gold itself is not letting go. They're hedging away, or buying, or I don't know. I would assume this is the economists that I follow that seem to be like 9 out of 10 times right, not like the ones that win Nobel Prizes that seem to be 9 times out of 10 wrong, or the Federal Reserve's economists who seem to be more wrong than right. They're saying that if they cut rates, it's going to accelerate inflation. That's what they said. In other words, they cut rates in September, you're going to see inflation numbers lift up in November. That's the ones that I follow. Art Laffer, the Laffer curve, one of the greatest economists in the history of economics, supply side economics that makes the economies go forward. I know Mr. Biden is not very big on supply side. He's very negative on it. And I guess that's why Bidenomics is not getting, he stopped talking about his Bidenomics. Bidenomics. The guy is a whack job. Oh my God. Bidenomics. So yeah, you can see right there, gold is having its issues. It's, fighting. Let's save that. Right. Where is it at? Gold right there. And it's fighting and having its issues. And what I want to do, I want to do this too. I want to export it like that. And we'll put it on the beta. There we go. At the same time, I'll just double check, make sure I did save it. Sometimes talking and working at the same time can be very disturbing, and next thing I know, I'm doing the wrong thing. There we go. I didn't remember if I did or didn't. I know I talked about it. All right, so from there, let's move that, and let's go back to that, and let's do this too. Let's put it in on the beta, and we can see how it looks. Beta. Products. Uploads. Choose. And voila, it's there. All right, now I go back to there. Where am I at here? Users. And then there. And now let's take a look at it on the beta. There we go. And let's put that up on the screen so you can see what we're looking at here. There it's on our beta. Looking like it's getting its act together. And the daily's been in a buy for a while. And you can see the weekly is 4 solid weeks. And, acting very well. And then you can see it over here again. The weekly is 3 solid weeks, but the fastest. So we'll have to double check that math still. We haven't gotten around to that yet, but we will. And you can see here, it did try to dip into the sell. What day was that? Right there. I think that's it right there. Let me see. Let me do it this way. We'll get that background change too. What is that? I think it's up top when we do that. Let's see. Does that do that? Right there. What is that? That is the 12th, is it? 2441? What is that? Yeah, we have to get that fixed. But here, at least, this is pretty cool. And so we just count them back. That's 2, 4, 5. So the 6th one back. 2, 4. There's the 6th one right there. And so that did not make it into the cell. We'll have to straighten that out a little bit more. And that's the 6th one back. And so it had a red dot, but it didn't have a red bar. We're still getting that figured out about changing that, how we have the greens and the reds and so forth, and it's not doing that, but the bars are doing it on us. So instead it was as you can see, it's a neutral bar. So, all right. So from there, we'll go over to silver. Take a look at silver. And there's silver. Silver was trying to get into the buy this morning and seems to, taking it on the chin. And it doesn't seem to want to make that same move again. So let's put that up on the beta. And you can see it also at the same time. You'll be able to see it at the same time on the main platform. Let's go to that. And there it is. Let's see, where's that mouse at? There's the mouse right there. Let's try that again. There's a silver. Silver's in a daily sell, but in a weekly buy. So it's stuck in that neutral thing. They're not sure what to do, are they? I guess the buyers of gold might be shorting silver. And that sounds like a dangerous play right there alone, but they're doing it. So I myself think that it always surprises me. Especially what I consider the most dangerous of all. I really feel very concerned about the what do you call it? The platinum trade. Boy, what a dangerous trade that looks like. The platinum trade. Can't imagine being short that thing. That's a scare, enormous scare, So let's show you. Let's see. We go back to that. Let's see users. I go to users, and then I go back to quants, and then we go to silver. And put that up on the screen. Yeah. See, look at that action. Same way. Stumbling and bumbling in a buy for a few weeks. Same way as the main platform. But I'll tell you that flirting with the what do you call it, the platinum, which really makes me enormously concerned. Luckily today platinum is aiming up again, so someone has some common sense and they're not shorting it. But it does amaze me how many times we have seen people try to short the platinum. I mean, it's $1,300 underneath gold. That sounds like, to me, one of the most dangerous shorts in the world. It really does. So I've mentioned it here all the time. I've only heard one talking head even remotely close to talking about that fact. But boy, that's, as you can see on the, let me just go right here. You can see in the silver. Oh, let me do this too. Let me go over and take a look at the platinum on the main platform. We'll do that. Hold on a second. We'll go like this. Go this. Let me load it up. And bingo, bango, bongo. There it is. And it is up today. which makes sense. Thank goodness they're not shorting the poor thing. Sounds like suicide to me. And let me just show it to you. There we go. And so there is the, that's the platinum. They took it up, they brought it down a little bit more, but nothing too major, you know. I mean, just that they could, I would say basically is they should steer clear. Anybody that trades the metals, please don't get involved in a short in that product. I'm concerned that one day the QE will come to an end on some level, and from that level, what will happen is that the platinum will just go through the roof. And, you know, I mean, it'll come back up to the same price as gold like it used to be forever and ever. And that will be a real trap for a lot of people. I mean, talk about force de jour. You know, every so often you hear about force de jour occurring. But that would be just incredibly freak out. Just incredibly a freak out. So. All right, that's let's take a look and show you the copper, the industrial metal, the copper. You see the copper in a sell for a few days, and now it is on the edge of trying to go right back into that weekly sell. And copper's now I know there's all kinds of, you know, I always relate to copper as what do I call it? You know, it's like a Chinese hedge or something like that. You know, it's copper is like gold in China. I mean, they actually counterfeit it. You know, when they're willing to counterfeit copper, you know that it's an important product. You know, when the thieves are counterfeiting that, that's like, oh, that's a weird one. So, yep, and there's the copper. You know, it's drifting slowly down. Nothing major. Hasn't taken out the bottom of about a couple weeks ago. But obviously it's having its issues, that's for sure. Having its issues. All right, so that's the metals. Now, let's go and take a look at, where's it at? Let's move that down. Let's go take a look at the energy sector. Yeah, let's just check out the energy sector. So let's go take a look at September crude right there. I think I'm going to set that up for the beta, because I think we should have that on the beta too. So products, add, ticker symbol. What is the ticker symbol on this? Charlie Larry, CL, U4. U4. And what is it? What is it? It is crude. There we are. There we go. And at the same time, let's put that on the old beta. The old beta. That's the new beta. We actually have two betas now. That's even cooler. We have two betas, not just one. Did I do that right? I don't think so. Cancel. File. Export. There we go. That's better. And save it. And let's move it over to it. And then, oh, look at that. It was pushing into the cell. They're lifting it up now. Look at that. Let's remove that for the moment. And we'll see how it looks over on the beta. There we go. Then we go back to, is it users? And then we go to quants, and then we open it up. Here it comes. There we go. Interesting. Now let's put it up on the screen for you to see there. And there it is right there. And it's doing the same thing. Obviously, it's trying to climb back up. And the weekly still in the buy, just like on the main platform there. Same way. In a buy. But it was flirting with the weekly sell as it was selling down. Thought that it was like the, what do you call it? The Trump trade going on. That's, Trump is very pro energy. He knows that the world needs dino juice, and so it's not an enigma to him. And he actually thinks the sun in the sky has an influence on our Earth every day, whereas obviously the ones who are against dino juice think that the sun is there kind of like a decoration or something. That's what they think. Look at that. That's kind of gives us it gives us daylight, and then it gives us night. And then the night gives us stars. Very primitive, aren't they? These environmentalists, they're very earthy people, and so that kind of makes some sense that they should be, earthy, and they are, and they have no, they don't see the sun as anything more than like a decoration up in the sky. They don't realize that it makes. The sun creates rain, and it creates volcanoes to erupt, and it creates hurricanes. It does all kinds of interesting stuff. There's a manual out there how you can predict earthquakes with following sunspots and activity and open coronas and things like that. But the environmentalists, they're not really into that. They see it as just a decoration. I remember one time I was telling somebody that. They said I was out of my mind. I said, okay, go Google it. And so they went and looked at their environmental websites, and they found out that the environmental movement doesn't use the sun at all as an influence on Earth weather whatsoever. They say it's all mankind. So as I make my lightness of it or jokiness of it, it's a fact. It's a strange fact. So when we look at the dino juice, crude oil, and they're trying to, they figured that under Mr. Trump, as he likes to say, drill baby drill, like the former governor of what's it called, Alaska. She was the one that coined that drill baby drill. That would be a real important thing there. That really would. So, where do we go next? I guess we go hunt down. Guess we'll hunt down Brent oil. Let's see what Brent North Sea oil is looking like this morning. It's probably doing the same turnaround as that is. So let's go there. There we go. All right. Let's go over to here. Oh, you know what? Let's do natural gas, and then we'll go to Brent. Let's do that. So let me put natural gas up on the screen, too. Right there. Oh, look at that. They're punching that down also. Oh, you can't see that. Yeah, that we've seen a full, what's that? Gone from $3 to $2 in natural gas. So that's pretty aggressive, That is pretty aggressive. And so there's natural gas. Let's go hunt down the North Sea oil now. And that will give us even a more insight. And Yano sent over the name of that energy company, but I didn't have the time. I've still got plants I'm trying to put in the field. Unfortunately, I'm doing a lot of farming. We're behind because of all that activity of the sun back in May. Remember that in May when we had the auroras that went across the whole planet, and that's what's slowing me down. Is we had problems, with we put the plants in, but they didn't get the sunlight. Without the sunlight, we didn't get the growth. So, all right, now we'll go check it out. Right there. And right there, and let's put Brent up there. Brent, there we are. put it up on the screen. And that's the intraday. You can see it's up $1.11, and it's coming off of its lows also. You see that right there. It's been selling down just like the crude oil in the United States. So West Texas Dino Juice, or crude oil, has been selling down, and today they're starting to do a little lifting here. I'm not sure if that's like a cover or, they're just, there's some bug or whatever, but there's definitely a pop. Now, normally, there always used to be a ratio between gold and the energies, but not as much as it used to be, that's for sure. It used to be a much more identifying combination. But I think ever since the creation of options and derivatives, it's made it so much more easier to hedge yourself and not liquidate the position itself. And that has been part of the action of it all, really. That really has. That's been a rationale behind the why they've broken away from each other. I remember many decades ago, people used to watch the oil-gold relationship, and it made sense. But in these times, it doesn't seem to be doing that whatsoever. So, it's the Dino Juice seems to have its own mind anymore, which is fine with me. We follow the South African Rand against the metals complex, and it seems to give us some decent insight. But then they got into their political turmoil, over the last year and a half, and that seemed to mess up that factor. But on a given day, it's here and there, it's pretty efficient about predicting the direction of the metals market. So that is the circus act of what it all comes down to at the moment. Are you looking at the stocks there, Robin, on the beta? Because you got, I'm going to send those charts over to you now, but let's see, let's save it there. There we go. But on the beta, we can go to see those products also at the same time. Now, let's see, where's it at? We did natural gas and gold. I guess that's about it on the magic, really. What do we got time-wise? 10:26. So I don't have much of a problem. I'll go for about another 5 or 6 minutes, and then let's put the S&P up there. That's always fun. And if traders, you have anything you want to look at, let us know, and we'll put it up on the screen for you. So let's do this. We'll go to the stocks. Close that there. Yes. And let's go back to the stock market. That's kind of fun. I like the stock market. Let's see, what did they do? They took it down to 50 something right there. Is that right? Yeah, I guess so. And let's go put it all 4 boxes up. So they took it down to, like, there it is, 50. What was the low there? 53. Okay, so they took it down to 53. It jumped into the buy right there off of this one there, so you can see it launching itself. This is trying to join in. This is trying to join in over here. Oh, you can't see any of that. Sorry about that, traders. There it is. So you can see here, right there, it's trying to join in. This did join in. This joined in. You can see it there. It's been in a buy now for a third bar. And this is fighting to get into the buy also. So in other words, like when this goes back into a buy here, especially with this, it's setting up nicely for a buy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to try to lift. Lifty-doo-dah. It's liftity-day. My, what a wonderful day. Yep. Watch it. Let's watch it pop. If this one over here can get back into the buy, get into the buy. It's been in a sell from up in here. So if it gets into the buy, that'll be, and then they all line up together again, then it's a buy signal. And we're like, I'm excited. They'll be like, yeah, rock and roll, baby, free money. All right. As they tick away, still not getting its game together, is it? No, no, no. Back down to the lows. We need this to get into the buy. This is trying to get into the buy. This is falling out of it. And this is falling out of it. They're in sells now again from right there. Is it right there? Right there. It's in a sell. From there. Smack-a-doodle. So that was a short, not giving us a chance to be a long. Too bad. Because that's always fun when you get one of those bursts from those. But, you know, as you see it over here, it couldn't get into the buy. It couldn't close in the, you know, this was in the buy. It was all set. We were very much on the edge, and look at that. They just smashed it down to another new low. Another new low. Low, low, low. There we go. And I got gold in there. You can look at the gold and silver too in the beta now, Robin. So you can see that, and you can see the, you know, you got your stocks in there, the Qs and the SPYs and GBT, you know, the Bitcoin ETF, the whole bit. There we go. All right, traders. We're leaving you with all this fun. Yes, cool. All right. There you go. That's pretty much. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see if it gets into that buy, so you can see the pop. Now we need. There's the right one. You know, this guy right here is trying to do it again. It's trying, and that key word there is try. We were so close to a nice quick explosion. It was going to be cool. Let's see if it'll do it, because I hate to go off here and then like a minute and a half later or 2 minutes later it doesn't. So. Just these short-term pops, you know. Nothing here. It's got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. So we'll give it another minute or two. And I guess I got to come up with a title today too. What's the title today? Poor Fed got beat up yesterday from me. So what should we call today? I like the idea of, you know, QE is transitory, or the Fed is transitory. I think I used that one before, didn't I? The Fed is transitory. Let's see. What should we say? We started off talking about the interest rates and the way the currencies moved, you know? You know? That was interesting. You know, we were seeing in the currencies, you know, that they're really anticipating very aggressively that interest rate cut. And they've been moving it. You know, it's been drifting up. So, how about Euro sees transitory interest rates? I like that. That seems like a nice title. Euro sees transitory rates. There we go. That's a good title. Euro sees transitory rates. There we go. All right, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc. Sorry we were late. We had a little technical difficulty, but it goes. That's the way it goes. So, all these Dukascopy traders, we will catch you all tomorrow. Same time, same channel. No. Normal time, same channel. See you tomorrow, same normal time, same channel. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our Dukascopy friends. Later, traders. Ta-ta for now. Do 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 do.